Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader here from Mr. Topstep with your Monday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, we hope everybody had a great weekend. We're looking at a daily chart of the ES, and what we're seeing here is, we had this pinch of the bands that expanded to the upside. We saw it drift back to the middle band, and we've been kind of consolidating there. Now, on Thursday, it looked like the bulls kind of grabbed it by the horns, and they did. I mean, they headed up to the upper band, and hyper-technically, that's a punch of the upper band. I prefer this to be a punch of the upper band because those tend to work out better. That one did for about 30 handles. But technically, we have tested the upper band. I think what you're seeing happen here is we made it all the way back up to 66. And the job numbers were good, but there was a lot underneath the job numbers that, wasn't, you couldn't take that much confidence out of it. I was more impressed with the revisions than I was with the actual report. As we headed up to 66, you get 68 here, 66, and we kind of double top there potentially. Just potentially, because the only way that we're ever going to double top or make any kind of top in this market is if the bears can follow through. And the bears have not followed through in a very, very long time. But again, here's another chance for them to follow through. We are 16 handles off the highs. We are pushing back to the middle band. I had an old trend line up here that extended down from this high through a couple of these highs, and basically that if we're going to test the breakout of that trend line, that comes in about 1445, 1446 today, so right in the area of the middle band. So I will be very curious to see what happens when we get down to the 45, 46 level today. Okay, here's a 15-minute chart. Let's talk about the overnight trade. You see the 66 there. They were just out of gas. I mean, there just was nothing more to give there. And it's set up so easily for a down day to trade. Now, we got down to this key 51 level. There's just a lot here at 51, 52 to 51 to 52. You've got multiple fib levels, and it was primed to bounce a little bit, and it did. But since the Sunday opened on the highs, 57.25, and we've been pretty much kind of bleeding lower ever since. Made a run at Europe Open, but couldn't do any better than 54.5. Now we've got double pivots today down at 1448.5. That's the 9-day and the 20-day pivot. That's trying to be support at this juncture, and you see those fib levels and the middle band sitting right underneath. Keep an eye on it. If this 48 level can prove to be support, you can take a little bit of a long today. But, getting beyond the daily pivot here at 57, up into 58, this is the other fib level, I think is going to be a pretty tall order today. There's no actual economic reports. There's a lot of meetings going on in Europe, so you got to watch the headline risk out of Europe today. But just keep an eye on some of these levels and understand that a crack of 45, 46 that then bounces from a lower level, and I don't care what the lower level is. The big takeaway for today is if we break 45, 46, come back up to test 45, 46, and that becomes resistance, then you have to understand that we are back to fighting over the green line. Okay? So keep an eye on that today. And I'll be back tomorrow morning with another webcast. Mike Vacchi, Princeton Trader. Trading well, everybody. See you tomorrow.